What's up, guys? So, this is my first response video towards a question that I got in the comments by a guy by the name of Stephen Deere. Once again, Stephen Deere, thank you so much for this question. And for anybody else who's down to post some more questions for me to possibly answer, feel free to. Whether that be about Dauntless or gaming, I'm down to consider whatever. But to answer your question on what my favorite weapon is, my favorite weapon is strikers. And the reason why is because I kind of gravitated towards its complexity. Compared to all the other weapons in Dauntless, when strikers was first introduced, there was a whole combo aspect to it that intrigued me because I came from a little bit of a background of fighting games, like whether that be from Tekken or Mortal Kombat. And I was curious to see how that would play out in a setting like Dauntless, like inputting combos, doing these epic finishers at the end, and it fit really well. It was absolutely amazing just using the weapon and seeing behemoths just get absolutely obliterated. Strikers just gave that level of satisfaction for other weapons couldn't give. Just for me, of course, just for me. I know a lot of people love other weapons too, and I do too, of course, but just personally, Strikers just gave me that level of fun that I've always wanted from Dauntless, and it was just it was just unreal. The second I picked up Strikers, I just instantly fell in love with it, and I don't think I've ever felt that way with any other weapon before. But yeah, I've done so much Strikers over the course of my Dauntless career, and I've done everything I could to understand the weapon as much as I do. Even though I'm not the best in terms of execution, right? I'm not a Helltrix or whatever. I'm not like a top tier solo player who continuously grinds and pushes myself to be pristine and perfect. I have come to understand how to essentially word the inner workings of strikers and essentially display them on for other people to understand. So in a way, I've kind of devoted more of my time with this weapon on learning them through a teaching means. Essentially, what I wanted to do, and from my original intention, I wanted to get good enough with them, of course, to be able to compete. But once I got to that point, I kind of stopped, and I essentially just started trying to word things in a way where I could explain it to people so they too can understand how to use strikers to their maximum potential. Essentially, I wanted to make sure that I could teach people how to do it. And it may seem very simple where, hey, all you have to do is do the light 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 combo, the light heavy heavy combo, or the heavy 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 combo, and then you're good to go. But I like to incorporate my knowledge towards behemoths into the whole ordeal, as well as include all these little niche aspects that revolve around how to aim your claps and bolts and whatnot. And all of this I discuss in my Strikers Guide videos, but Strikers has always been my mainstay ever since like Reforged was a thing, and ever since like late era pre-Reforged Dauntless. I was originally a Pike main, but I'm definitely down to go on about that in another video. But overall, Strikers has always been the weapon that I've just gravitated the most to, and I've spent the most time with. And even though I'm not the most pristine or perfect in my gameplay, I still consider myself high tier. I'm still able to use strikers like it's an instinctive weapon that I don't really have to think about that much when I play. It kind of becomes second nature when I play strikers. And of course, given the high skill gap between top 5 and top 100, that definitely plays a lot into showcasing how successful I am with this weapon. Of course, I've showcased me being successful with repeaters too, but Strikers has always been my thing. An absolute mainstay. I absolutely love this weapon to bits. And just for anybody who wants to learn how to play Strikers efficiently and not really just have a rehash of the basics, feel free to go and watch my Striker's Guide videos. I go in depth. I go as much as I possibly can in the nitty gritty stuff in order for you guys to understand what goes on in players' heads when they're doing competitive trials or when they're doing normal hunts, and how you could make that into second nature or instinctive. So definitely give that a shot if you're aspiring to be a better Strikers player. Anyways, guys, I know this is a much shorter vid than usual, but I'm glad I could do these response vids to whatever questions you guys have in the comments. Once again, thanks so much, guys, and I hope you guys have an amazing day. Take care.